Metatron's cube. This is a complex and significant symbol in sacred geometry, representing the underlying structure of the universe. It is named after the archangel Metatron, a powerful figure in Jewish mysticism who is said to be the scribe of God and the keeper of the records of the universe. This sacred geometric figure contains 13 circles connected by straight lines, forming patterns that hold deep spiritual and metaphysical meanings. Its interconnected circles and lines symbolize the interconnectedness of all things in the universe, showing how everything is part of a grand design. It reflects the idea that creation is both structured and infinite. Metatron's cube contains all 5 Platonic solids, which are considered the building blocks of reality. These shapes are believed to be the fundamental forms underlying all matter in the universe, associated with the classical elements fire, earth, air, water, and ether, symbolizing the framework of the material world. The pattern is often used in meditation and spiritual rituals to connect with higher consciousness or divine realms. The Vesica Piscis. This is a sacred geometry shape formed by the intersection of 2 circles, where the center of each circle lies on the circumference of the other. This creates a lens or almond-like shape in the middle. It is one of the oldest symbols in sacred geometry and holds deep spiritual significance across various cultures. In religious and mystical traditions, the Vesica Piscis often symbolizes the union of opposites, such as the spiritual and physical worlds or the divine feminine and masculine. It has been associated with creation, the intersection of consciousness, and the gateway to higher knowledge. The shape also plays a role in the formation of the seed of life and flower of life patterns, integral to other sacred geometry concepts, the Sri Yantra. This is a sacred geometric symbol used in Hinduism and Tantric traditions, representing the cosmos and the divine feminine. It is composed of 9 interlocking triangles, 4 pointing upward symbolizing Shiva, masculine energy, and 5 pointing downward symbolizing Shakti, feminine energy. These triangles create a complex, symmetrical pattern with 43 smaller triangles, forming a central point known as the Bindu, which represents the universe's origin or the point of creation. The Sri Yantra is often used in meditation and spiritual practices to focus the mind and awaken higher consciousness. It is believed to represent the union of divine energies and the balance of the physical and spiritual realms. As a powerful symbol of spiritual ascension, it is often associated with achieving material and spiritual prosperity. The circle of life. This is a universal symbol representing the cyclical nature of existence, found in various spiritual, philosophical, and cultural traditions. It reflects the idea that life moves in a continuous cycle: birth, growth, death, and rebirth or renewal. This concept emphasizes that all aspects of life are interconnected and interdependent, and that every end leads to a new beginning. In sacred geometry, the circle is seen as a perfect shape, symbolizing unity, wholeness, eternity, and infinity. Its unbroken, continuous nature represents the unending flow of time and the eternal cycle of life. The circle of life also embodies balance, harmony, and the interconnectedness of all living things within the universe. In many cultures, the circle is used in rituals and teachings to illustrate the relationship between the physical and spiritual realms, the individual and the collective, and the finite and infinite aspects of existence. The Merkaba. This is a sacred geometric symbol that represents a multidimensional energy field and spiritual vehicle in many mystical traditions. It is depicted as 2 interlocking tetrahedrons, one pointing upward and the other downward, forming a 3-dimensional star shape. Merkaba combines 3 words in Hebrew: mer, meaning light, ka, meaning spirit and body, symbolizing the connection between these 3 elements. It represents the balance between masculine and feminine energies, the physical and spiritual worlds, and the mind, body, and spirit. In mysticism, the Merkaba is believed to be a light body vehicle that allows for ascension and spiritual travel to higher realms, aiding in spiritual awakening and enlightenment. The Merkaba is often linked to ancient Egyptian and Kabbalistic traditions. It is used in meditation practices to align one's energy with the universe and achieve spiritual transformation or protection. The Torus is a 3-dimensional, donut-shaped figure defined mathematically as a surface generated by revolving a circle around an axis outside the circle. It is one of the most important shapes in both science and spirituality, symbolizing energy flow, balance, and self-sustaining systems. It consists of a central hole and a continuous, curved surface that wraps around itself. This shape allows for the circulation of energy or matter in a self-contained, perpetual loop. It can be visualized as an energy vortex, where energy flows in through one pole, circulates around the center, and exits through the other pole, creating a balanced and continuous motion. In spiritual traditions, the torus is often used to represent energy fields, particularly around living beings like the human body. It is said to depict the structure of the human aura or energy field, and some associate it with the heart's electromagnetic field. The torus is seen as a representation of the dynamic, cyclical nature of the universe, suggesting that everything in the cosmos operates through continuous cycles of expansion and contraction, inflow and outflow of energy. In physics, the torus appears in magnetic fields and plasma dynamics. For instance, the magnetic field surrounding the Earth is shaped like a torus. Some cosmological models suggest that galaxies, black holes, and even the universe itself exhibit toroidal energy patterns. The torus shape is also found in natural systems, such as hurricanes or whirlpools, where matter or energy circulates in a self-sustaining, spiraling motion. Generally, the torus is a symbol of unity, balance, and the infinite cycle of energy in nature and the universe. The Star of David. This, also known as the Magen David, is a widely recognized symbol of Judaism and Jewish identity. It is a hexagram consisting of two overlapping equilateral triangles that form a six-pointed star. The Star of David holds deep religious, spiritual, and cultural significance, and its meaning has evolved over centuries. The origins of the Star of David are somewhat unclear, and it is not mentioned in early Jewish texts like the Torah. The symbol is found in many ancient cultures, including Hinduism, Islam, and occult traditions, where it was often associated with balance, protection, and cosmology. In Jewish mysticism, particularly Kabbalah, the Star of David is seen as a representation of the relationship between God and the universe, and between the divine and the earthly realms. The two interlocking triangles are said to symbolize the connection between the divine and human, heaven and earth. The Star of David first began appearing in Jewish texts in synagogues around the Middle Ages. In the 17th century, the Jewish community of Prague adopted it as a symbol, and it gradually became associated with Judaism as a whole. By the 19th century, the Star of David became widely recognized as a symbol of Jewish identity. Its use was formalized in the 20th century, when it was adopted as the central emblem of the flag of Israel in 1948. In Kabbalistic tradition, the Star of David is also seen as a protective symbol, with the 6 points of the star representing the 6 directions: north, south, east, west, up and down, with God's presence at the center. This suggests that the wearer or user of the star is protected on all sides. It is commonly seen in synagogues, Jewish gravestones, and religious texts, symbolizing the Jewish faith and community. It also appears on Jewish jewelry and amulets, symbolizing protection and divine connection. The spiral. This is a fundamental geometric shape, either expanding outward or contracting inward. It is commonly associated with growth, movement, and evolution, both in nature and symbolism. It is common in nature, such as in shells, galaxies, and hurricanes. The spiral symbolizes the journey of life, spiritual growth, and expansion of consciousness, cycles in nature, such as seasons or life-death rebirth patterns. In sacred geometry, the spiral is often seen as a symbol of harmony between chaos and order. Spirals appear frequently in nature, such as in Fibonacci sequences seen in nautilus shells, flower petals, pine cones, and galaxies. In many spiritual traditions, the spiral is used as a symbol of personal and cosmic development, representing the path from the outer world to the inner soul or higher consciousness. The spiral is celebrated for its representation of natural growth, universal order, and the flow of life.